All right now. Hey, what's up, good people? I'm QC. Welcome to another Talking and Grubbing live stream. I'm still continuing my NFL preview for 2019 by breaking down each divisions in the AFC and NFC respectfully. And tonight I'm doing the tough and rough NFC East. I thank y'all for me on these live streams. Also, if this is your first time coming in, don't make it your last. Subscribe to the channel. When you do, make sure you click on the bell icon so that way you don't miss any upcoming live streams or new videos that I post. How's everybody doing? How was your day? How's your evening going? About to share on my social media accounts, let everybody know that I'm live so we can get down to business and talk about this NFC East. Will the Cowboys repeat as NFC East champs? Will the Cowboys finally give Zeke the deal that he wants? Will Carson Wentz be healthy for a full year? Yes. I get very anxious, lead up to doing these live streams because I want to come in here, just talk some sports, eat some good food. Love reading your comments, whether it's here on the live stream or in the comment section on the playback. Yep, these been some pretty good live streams. Intelligent Psycho, what's up, man? How you doing? Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a showdown in the NFC East. Definitely. For the most part, I definitely see at least two. Okay, you say it's gonna be between the Cowboys and the Eagles? Definitely agree. I think it's definitely gonna come down to those two. Definitely think it's gonna come down to those two in the NFC East. But that's all going to depend on Wentz's health. Can he stay healthy for a full season? That's where I think it's really going to come down to Carson Wentz's health. Yes. Just letting everybody know on social media that the live stream's going down right now. All right, now I'm about to grub on a little dinner here with some corn and some chicken. Corn is good right here. Love some sweet corn. About to get some of this chicken too. That's all I like fried chicken. Don't judge me. I ain't the only one. Y'all know y'all like it too. Okay. Gonna save a little bit more of that for later. But now it's time to get into the NFC East. Now, as we all know, the NFC East has been a battle for a long time. Heated rivalries, no matter how well or how bad the opponent is doing, every team in that division will give everything they got to, to beat their rivals. There's been some classic games between the Cowboys and Giants, Cowboys and Eagles, Eagles and Giants, Redskins and Giants, Redskins and Cowboys. Man, that division is tough, it's brutal, and they're going to give everything they got, and I don't expect 2019 to be any different. Now, starting with the defending NFC East champions, the Dallas Cowboys. Now, as you all know, Ezekiel Elliott, their star running back, is holding out during training because he wants a fat contract extension from the Cowboys, which I think he'll get soon enough. He's one of the best running backs in the NFL, and he definitely had a monster of a 2019 season. Excuse me. As he finished with over 1,400 yards, rushed for 6 touchdowns, also had 77 receptions, as well as 3 receiving touchdowns. So, like I said, man, Zeke is a beast. He's been that way ever since he, came into the NFL from the Ohio State University. And I definitely hope that they excuse me, give that man the extension that he wants. Dak Prescott, he had a pretty nice year last year. He kind of went under the radar. He finished over 3,000 yards, passing yards, threw for 22 touchdowns and only 8 interceptions. But the only downside is he only completed 67% of his passes, which is not bad, but I think Dak could definitely do better. Also, Amari Cooper, they acquired him during the trade deadline from the Oakland Raiders, and as soon as he stepped foot in Texas, man, Amari Cooper just balled out. He was Dak's go-to wide receiver. It seemed like he felt rejuvenated and found a lot of new life in Dallas. Now, this offseason, they picked up veteran wide receiver Randall Cobb from the Green Bay Packers. Also, they re-signed, Also, Cowboys legend came out of retirement. Jason Witten, the tight end who was with Dallas for many years, he left the booth at ESPN on Monday Night Football to rejoin the field once again, which I did not see happening. I did not see that happening at all. Also, they have a real good offensive line as well. The left tackle, Tyron Smith, as well as the left guard, Connor Williams, and the center, Travis Frederick, excuse me. But the Cowboys have a pretty good defense, which goes under the radar. DeMarcus Lawrence, they re-signed him to a fat contract. They got another good defensive tackle in Malik Collins, a good linebacker in Justin March Lillard, who they re-signed, as well as Leighton Vander Esch, the linebacker who had an awesome rookie year. As a matter of fact, I think, in my opinion, maybe he should have been Defensive Rookie of the Year, or at least co-Defensive Rookie of the Year, because, man, that boy was a beast. He could get pressure on the quarterback and get to the quarterback with the quickness. Also, they got a nice, strong safety in Jeff Heath, and a good cornerback in, hope I'm saying this right, Chidobe Awazuli. I definitely hope I said his name right. If I didn't, y'all correct me. And also Jason Garrett, the head coach, fired their offensive coordinator and replaced him with Kellen Moore. Now, the Dallas Cowboys definitely like their team. They got a very good roster on both sides of the ball, on offense and defense. Now, my question will be is, how can, is Dak Prescott? Dak is a pretty solid quarterback, but can he take it to the next level to where he can make the Cowboys contenders, not only in the NFC, but in the NFL? He had a great wild card game against the Seattle Seahawks last year, but it seemed like he disappeared in that NFC divisional playoff game against the LA Rams. And also, can this Cowboys defense, step up as well? It seemed like in that game against the Rams, it wasn't Todd Gurley that hurt him. It was C.J. Anderson. He gashed him for some big yards. And C.J. Anderson, no offense to him, he had a hell of a playoff run last year, but for the most part, C.J. Anderson has been more of a second-tier running back most of his career. Even with the Denver Broncos, despite winning a Super Bowl with them, he's always been a second-tier running back, but they made him look like a first-tier running back last year. So can the Cowboys stop the run? They can definitely get pressure on the quarterback. I give them that. Definitely can get pressure on the quarterback. And also, can this secondary stop, other teams' best wide receivers? In the NFC East, they're going up against, especially in the NFC East, excuse me. I wonder, can that secondary step it up against other great wide receivers, because they also got not abused, but they also got exposed in that game too by players like Robert Woods. But that's my main question with the Cowboys. Can Dak step up to that next level and become a very elite quarterback and lead the Cowboys to contention? And can this defense step up and stop the run? That's what I'm definitely going to be looking for when I watch the Cowboys this season. All right, next, the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, last year, they were coming off of a Super Bowl championship. And they kind of had a championship hangover in the beginning and the middle of the season. But Carson Wentz got injured once again, and Nick Foles, who was the Super Bowl MVP the previous year, came in, stepped it up, and the Eagles, they snuck in to the last wild card, finishing with a 9-7 record. They ended up stunning the Chicago Bears on the road, thanks to Cody Parkey missing that game-winning kick at the end of the game, and ultimately lost to the New Orleans Saints in the NFC divisional game, which I think they shouldn't have lost that game. The Eagles, for the most part, were playing very well, but Nick Foles threw that costly interception, and that turned the tide for the Saints, and they ended up winning the game to advance to the NFC Championship game. Now, Nick Foles is gone as he signed a big deal with the Jacksonville Jaguars this offseason. So now they're dependent on Carson Wentz, who they just gave $100+ million contract extension to recently. So they're gambling on Carson Wentz to stay healthy, and play a full season. Excuse me. Also, he has some nice weapons like the veteran Alshon Jeffrey. Also, they traded for Deshaun Jackson. He's finally back at home in Philadelphia after they traded for him from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and he's very excited to be back in Philly once again. Also, they traded for Jordan Howard from the Chicago Bears during the offseason. Excuse me. And also, they got a pretty nice offensive line that's anchored by the veteran center Jason Kelce, who's also the brother of Kansas Kelce, as well as the left guard Isaac Zamolo. I hope I said his last name right. If I said it wrong, y'all correct me. Also, the right guard Brandon Brooks. Now, they also still have a pretty good they also have a pretty nice defense. Now, they traded Michael Bennett to the New England Patriots in the offseason, which I don't agree with that move. I think they should have tried to keep Bennett there. Bennett is one of the best, linebackers in the NFL. Plus, he brings that passion and that veteran leadership. So they should have kept Michael Bennett in Philly. That's just my opinion. But, they got Fletcher Cox, one of the best tackles in the NFL. They signed defensive end Vinny Curry in the offseason. They re-signed their best defensive end in Brandon Graham. They acquired Andrew Sejuo in the offseason. They still got Malcolm Jenkins, the veteran. And they got a good corner, and they got a great cornerback in Ronald Darby, who I think is a very underrated corner. I don't think he gets enough credit. That man is a ball hawk. He can tackle pretty good, and he's fast. So I think Darby does not get enough credit. Now, the Eagles, they definitely got the talent to contend for the NFC East crown. But it's all going to come down to Carson Wentz. Can he stay healthy this season? The last few seasons, including the Super Bowl season, Carson Wentz went down due to injury late in the season. For example, when they played the Rams on the road in a big, Sunday evening game in LA, that's when Carson Wentz went down. Nick Foles took over, and he ultimately led them to the Super Bowl. Last year, same scenario. Wentz went down again in a big game that they need to stay alive in the playoff hunt. Nick Foles had to come in and save the day and basically sneak them into that last wild card. Now, who's the backup quarterback? Okay, they got Dayton Suffield, excuse me. If Wentz goes down, knock on wood, Eagles fans, can Suffield fill that void like Nick Foles did in the two previous seasons, including the year that they won the Super Bowl? Or can, Clayton Thorson come in and be, who's a rookie, can come in? Can he fill those shoes and keep the Eagles afloat while Wentz is recovering? That's the only thing I think that can derail the Philadelphia Eagles from being contenders, not only in the NFC East, but also in the NFC period, is Wentz's health. So, Eagles fans, you definitely better hope that Carson Wentz can stay healthy this season. Or otherwise, if the backup QBs can't come in and step up and do the job, then it could be a lost season for the Philadelphia Eagles, because that would be a shame if that were to happen, because the Eagles, they have some great talent on this team. But if I were the Eagles, I wouldn't have let Nick Foles walk. I would have let Foles stay. You know, I definitely would have gave him whatever contract he wanted to just stay there. Because he was proven to be clutch for the Eagles when Carson Wentz went down. Come on. That man led the Eagles to their first ever Super Bowl championship. And he led them to the playoffs once again. So I didn't agree with that move by the Eagles. I did not agree with letting them, them letting Nick Foles walk. But if Carson Wentz can stay healthy, before he went down, especially a couple of years ago, Wentz was having an MVP caliber season. He was definitely having an MVP caliber season before he went down. So if Wentz can stay healthy, then I definitely give the Eagles a great chance to win the NFC East crown and be a contender in the NFC. Now, on to my next team, the Washington Redskins. Now, Alex Smith, their starting quarterback from last year, is out this upcoming season due to an injury. They put him on the PUP, physically unable to perform list. So now, they traded for veteran QB Case Keenum in the offseason from the Denver Broncos. They also drafted Dwayne Haskins from Ohio State. Dwayne Haskins, that was my dude at Ohio State, man. That man could definitely ball. Let me get some more of this dinner right quick. And that was a good move for them. Matter of fact, them getting Dwayne Haskins was a hell of a steal for the Redskins. Because I definitely thought the Giants was going to get him. But the Giants are the Giants, so. And I know a lot of Giants fans were PO'd for David Gettleman for not drafting Dwayne Haskins. And I don't blame him. Wipe my mouth here. Also, they re-signed veteran running back Adrian Peterson. They got Brian Quick, the wide receiver in free agency. Excuse me. And also, the Redskins, they made some upgrade on defense. They signed Landon Collins in the offseason. They also acquired Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie in the offseason, the cornerback. And also they acquired Andrew Akra. I hope I said his name right. They also acquired him in free agency. And they also extended the contract on Matt Onadias. The defensive end, I hope I said his name right too this off season. Now, with the Redskins, my question is mainly at quarterback. Now, I heard multiple reports that right now they have Colt McCoy as the starting quarterback. What the hell is Jay Gruden thinking? How are you going to have Colt McCoy the starter? Man, Colt McCoy has been horrible everywhere he's been in the NFL. I'm surprised he's still in the league. He didn't do jack for the Cleveland Browns. Excuse me. So I don't know. I don't understand that move. I mean, come on. I'd rather have Case Keenum as my starting quarterback. That man at least has proven it recently that he could lead a team to success. This man led the Vikings to the NFC Championship game just about 2 years ago. I can understand, you don't want to rush Dwayne Haskins because he's a rookie and you want him to sit down and learn the NFL game, learn the playbook and everything. But Colt McCoy as starting quarterback is not the move. That is not the move at all. I rather because he's been, at least he's had some success. That's just a dumb move. And also, I got questions about the Vikings at wide receiver. Can a dude like Josh Doxson step up, or Terry McLaurin, the rookie? And also that offensive line. Who's going to protect any of these, no matter who starts for them this season? Can they give Dwayne Haskins, Case Keenum, or even a Colt McCoy? Can they give them enough time to throw, see down the field, find open receivers, and also can they give running backs holes to run through for big yards? And also the defense. Now, I like the Redskins secondary, but I got questions at linebacker. Who's going to step up for them? John Bostic. Can John Bostic step up? Can Ryan Kerrigan step up as well? Or can Sean Hamilton step up? Can they get pressure on opposing QBs? Can they force turnovers? Can they bat balls away? Especially going up against some of these NFC East quarterbacks in Dak Prescott, Carson Wentz, and even Eli Manning. Even though I think Eli, is a little bit long in the tooth, but hey, man, still a two-time Super Bowl champ. He can still hurt you. So yeah, I definitely got my questions about the Redskins this season. But if they can nail down the quarterback, I definitely think the Redskins can at least finish 500 or a little bit over 500 in 2019. But if they're gambling on Colt McCoy to do that, then Redskins fans, it's going to be a long season. And, as a matter of fact, if Jay Gruden sticks by that, then I think he'll be on the hot seat. Because nowhere in the world you should start a quarterback who's a journeyman over a QB who at least has had some success in the playoffs. Hell, even just start Dwayne Haskins, put him under fire, early on. He's got to learn the NFL game. I'd rather you go out doing that than starting Colt McCoy. But like I said, if Jay Gruden is counting on Colt McCoy to help turn around the Washington Redskins, he will definitely be on the hot seat. And Redskin fans, y'all will be calling for his head, calling every radio station in DC, Maryland, Virginia, the whole DMV area. And you know what? I definitely wouldn't blame you if you do, because that's just a dumb move by Jay Gruden starting Colt McCoy at quarterback, in my opinion. Now, last but not least, the New York Giants. Now, as y'all all know, this offseason, they traded away Odell Beckham Jr. and Olivier Vernon to the Cleveland Browns for Kevin Zeitler, the offensive lineman, Jabril Peppers, the safety, and the Cleveland Browns 2019 first round pick. Excuse me. Now, a lot of Giants fans, I've seen on social media or on YouTube, they definitely wanted David Gettleman's head for making that move. For trading Beckham, which I understand. Odell Beckham is one of the best wide receivers in the NFL today. I know a lot of y'all don't believe it because of the injuries, but when healthy, that man could definitely ball. He could definitely ball. Now, Saquon Barkley, who was taken number 2 last year after Baker Mayfield, won Offensive Rookie of the Year earlier this year. In my opinion, should have been Baker Mayfield, but that's another discussion for another time. I just think a lot of the national media had, NYC bias. But that's just my opinion. But Saquon Barkley, he had a great rookie year. He had over 1,000 yards from scrimmage. But also, which was a dumb move by David Gettleman, he drafted Dave Jones from Duke, in the first round. And I remember watching, Jones's name be called, I can see a lot of Giants fans, when that, them being at the draft or, being at the draft, their reactions, they were PO'd. If they could, could have, strung up David Gettleman that night, they would have. They were PO'd at Gettleman for making that move. And I was very surprised and kind of PO'd at Gettleman for making that move too. Because Dwayne Haskins was still there to be had and they didn't take him. Man, I thought that the Giants were going to get Dwayne Haskins. Excuse me. I definitely thought they were going to get Dwayne Haskins. But Gettleman didn't decide not to take him. And I still don't know why. Now, the Giants, they have a pretty solid defense. They got a good linebacker in Marcus Golden. Yes, make sure I said his name right, Golden. And, Jabril Peppers, last year, for the Browns, Jabril Peppers definitely improved vastly from his rookie year. As a matter of fact, I think Jabril Peppers would have been slept on this year if he would have still be on the Browns for one of the most unsung safeties in the NFL. So I think Jabril Peppers is definitely going to do nice for the Giants. Now, they also got some talent on offense. Besides Barkley, they got a pretty good wide receiver, Sterling Shepard, a great tight end, Evan Ingram, who I think goes under the radar. Excuse me. Definitely think Evan Ingram doesn't get the credit he deserves. But I think that's because he's on a losing team. But Evan Ingram can definitely ball. So can Sterling Shepard. They also got Golden Tate, but he's suspended for a few games because he violated the NFL's drug policy. So I definitely think Sterling Shepard can step up pretty well and get a lot of touches. Now, my question for the Giants is at QB. Now, Eli Manning, yes, he's a two-time Super Bowl champion. He's a two-time Super Bowl MVP. But let's be honest, his best days are definitely behind him. Eli really is not the quarterback that he once was. He's older now. He's in the twilight of his career. And also, Daniel Jones, from what I've seen, Daniel Jones is not much better. He's definitely not better. Even looking at some of his college highlights, Daniel Jones was not that good. So I still don't know why David Gettleman drafted him when you could have had Dwayne Haskins as well as other QBs in that draft. There's nothing about Daniel Jones that's special that stands out to me. He's not better than any of the he's not as good as any of the QBs that were drafted in last year's draft, whether it be Baker Mayfield or Josh Rosen, Sam Darnold, or Josh Allen. He's not even up there with Kyler Murray. So I just don't get it. I think that this move is definitely going to cost Gettleman his job. Also, I got questions about the defense. Can dudes like Dalvin Thomason, Lorenzo Carter, and Alec Ogletree, can they get pressure on these QBs? Especially in the NFC East with QBs like Carson Wentz and Dak Prescott. And even, if they face a Case Keenum or even a rookie in Dwayne Haskins, can they get pressure on him? Can they get some sacks off of him? Can they force him into turnovers? Can they bat balls away? And the secondary, can Janoris Jenkins and Antoine Bethel step up and shut down opposing wide receivers in the NFC East or any opponent that they're playing this season? I just don't see it. I definitely can see this defense maybe getting torched and exposed. Now, the offense, I really don't see too much there either. Eli, he's on the downside of his career. Daniel Jones, he definitely doesn't stand out to me for some reason. Daniel Jones looks like a bust in the making. And the head coach, Pat Schumer, he could definitely be on the hot seat this year. And in this case, unlike the Cleveland Browns, it would be very unfair because he doesn't have any talent to coach. You know, the only talent he really has is Saquon Barkley. But outside of Barkley, he doesn't have really much to coach. You know? All right, I see you joining me in this live stream. Like the video. I want to hear your comments on the NFC East. What you think is going to happen in the NFC East in 2019? You know, like I said at the beginning, it's always been a battle. No matter how good or how bad every team in the NFC East is doing, they always give it their best against their rivals because they still want to send a message to them. No matter what, no matter if we are bad, we still beat you. And we can still beat you no matter what. Also, I forgot to mention at the beginning, you can donate to my channel via Cash App or PayPal. You know, every donation helps me keep this channel going to continue to create more quality content for y'all. I enjoy making this content. You know, I love doing these live streams. I love doing these videos, giving y'all the latest sports news while grubbing on some food and also showcasing food with Grub of the Week as well as grubbing on the road. Definitely enjoy making those videos. I'm about to send my Cash App, cash tag, and my PayPal link. Whatever you can donate, I would greatly appreciate it. If you want to donate, whatever you want to donate, I would greatly appreciate it. Because I definitely want to do more to help this to keep this channel growing. I want to start doing, more things outside by going to other arenas, stadiums, covering different games, talking with fans from different teams. Who knows? I might be in your city one day and you could be at a game. I might be able to talk to you. You just never know. Also, I want to showcase restaurants in the Cleveland area as well as outside the Cleveland area. About to get some more of this din. Before I give my NFC East predictions, excuse me. But this is definitely gonna be fun. Definitely be a barn burner in the NFC East. Even though I think two of the teams aren't gonna be good. I'm still gonna expect them to give their best against their rivals. I'll wipe my mouth. Wentz has not been healthy for a whole season, so definitely can't trust his health. But I definitely think the Eagles have a great chance to be a wild card if he's healthy. You know, they have some nice offensive weapons. Also, I definitely like their defense. You know, that flies under the radar with talent like Brandon Graham, Ronald Darby, the veteran Michael Jenkins, and also Doug Peterson. He's a great coach. He's definitely proven to be a great coach. And he's definitely been slept on. So I could definitely see the Eagles making it to the playoffs as a wild card if Carson Wentz is healthy. Third, I got the Washington Redskins. Now, their quarterback situation is a little bit iffy. If they could get that right, I could definitely see the Redskins, I could definitely see them finishing third, especially if they start a Case Keenum or even start the rookie Dwayne Haskins. I do have questions and reservations about their defense stopping any teams But I definitely think the quarterback, who depends on, well, it depends on who's the quarterback. I definitely think that the Redskins can stay afloat and finish third in the division. And I got the New York Giants finishing last in the division mainly because of QB. Eli Manning, his best days are behind him. And I definitely don't trust Daniel Jones. That dude has butts written all over him. Now, I like to give players a fair trial because they might surprise me, but I don't think Daniel Jones is going to do great in the NFL. I do, and also their defense is very suspect. Can they stop anybody? Can they shut down opposing wide receivers? Can they stop the run? I don't see that with this defense. And like I said, I think Pat Shurmur is definitely going to be on the hot seat, but it's going to be very unfair to him because what talent does he have to coach? I don't care who you put as coach. If, with this roster as bad as it is, no coach can win with this roster. Excuse me. So, Giants fans, I definitely think the New York Giants will be picking top 5 in the first round next year in 2020. Anyways, that's my preview of the NFC East. I thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate your comments, whether you agree with me or disagree with me. Leave your when you watch the playback, leave your comments in the comment section below. Also, if you want, you can donate to my channel via PayPal or Cash App. My Cash App tag and my PayPal link is here in the chat. So if you want to donate, feel free. I would greatly appreciate it. Whatever you can give, I would greatly appreciate it. To help this channel grow, to help me continue to create more quality content, and also to expand my channel by going on the road some more, because I definitely want to do more stuff on the road coming soon. So I got to get out of here, y'all. Y'all make sure to come back tomorrow night at 8:30. I'm about to flip it and do the AFC West. Then Thursday night at 8:30, I'm going to wrap it up by previewing the NFC East. So y'all come in, stay tuned, and join these live streams. I want to hear your comments on what you think, what's going to happen in these divisions in 2019. Also, share this with your family and friends as well. And have them subscribe to the channel so they won't miss any videos or upcoming live streams from me and be mad. They can tell their people and they can be mad. But anyways, I thank y'all for just coming to these live streams, watching them, liking them, commenting on them. I enjoy doing these live streams. So once again, y'all have a good one. Love y'all to life. QC out. And y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening. Or if you're on the other side of the world, enjoy the rest of your day. I'm out.